When she was 15 years old, she ate tulip bulbs to keep from starving. 40 years later, she would spend the last 5 years of her life feeding starving children all over the world. She was born in Brussels in May 1929, to a Dutch baroness mother and a British father. She spent the first 10 years of her life in 3 different countries, learning 4 languages, and falling in love with one thing: ballet. In 1939, when war broke out, her mother brought her back to the Netherlands believing it would stay neutral, just like in the last war. Her name was Audrey Hepburn. The Netherlands fell to the Germans in 5 days. She was 11 years old. Over the next 5 years, she watched Jewish families being loaded into cattle cars at the train station. She watched her beloved uncle Otto, a judge, be executed by firing squad. Her older brother was deported to a German labor camp, the other forced into hiding. By the time she was 14, she was secretly using her ballet to fight back. The Dutch resistance organized black evenings, invitation-only performances behind blacked-out windows to raise money for hidden Jews. She performed at them again and again. "The best audiences I ever had," she later said, "made not a single sound at the end of my performance." Her family also hid a British paratrooper in their basement. Then came the winter of 1944. The Dutch called it the Hunger Winter. The Allies had failed to liberate Arnhem, the railroads had been shut down, and the food simply ran out. Her family ate nettles, then grass, then ground tulip bulbs into flour to bake into bread. Sometimes she went 3 days without eating anything at all. 22,000 Dutch civilians died of starvation that winter. She survived, barely. By the end, she was so weak she could no longer dance. When the Canadian forces finally liberated her village in April 1945, the first thing she remembered was the smell of cigarette smoke. The war was over. 8 years later, in 1953, the same girl who had once eaten tulip bulbs walked onto a Hollywood set and starred in Roman Holiday. That single film won her the Academy Award for Best Actress on her very first try. She spent the last 5 years of her life as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, traveling to Ethiopia, Somalia, Sudan, and Vietnam, feeding the children she once was. She later said it, "As you grow older, you discover that you have 2 hands, one for helping yourself, the other for helping others." Follow for more untold stories.